Hey everyone, time for another Storm Team Student of the Week, and this week we have Jake. Jake, you're excited to be here, right?
Yeah, yes.
And you love learning, which I love that. We'll talk about your school in just a bit. What grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
And you said you love learning. What's your favorite subject in school?
Science.
Science. So fascinating, right?
Yeah.
So many neat things to learn in science. And then what do you like to do when you're not in school?
What I like to do when I'm not in school is play with my friends with soccer and traveling to a lot of places and going to other places I've never been to before.
That's cool. So exploring, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so soccer, you actually just came from a game.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about your school. So what school do you go to?
I go to university school.
University school, a place I know very well. Graduated there, class of 2011. Go Bucks, right?
Yeah.
We have a lot of the same teachers that are still there as well. And do we want to give some shout outs to our schoolmates or teachers?
Yeah. Hi, Ms. Better. Hi, Austin.
All right, so some shout outs there, and shout out to Dr. Kelly Barnett, and she's awesome, amazing lady.
Yeah.
You're continuing to produce really awesome students, and go Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about tropical weather, so we're going to discuss another topic, and what is our question?
How does a hurricane eye form?
Yeah, that's a good question, right? So if we look at a satellite imagery, you can see sometimes it looks like a hurricane's looking at you, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to discuss how exactly that forms. So we start off with our structure of our hurricane here.
Yeah.
What type of motion do we get off the ocean? We get
Low
evaporation
pressure.
and the air starts to what?
Low pressure.
So low pressure starts to form at the surface, right?
Yeah.
And that starts to make the air rise.
high
And
pressure.
then what happens?
It makes high pressure.
It makes high pressure, right? And when we have high pressure, that air, a little cooler, a little more dense, what happens to it?
It starts going down and sinking.
It starts sinking. And what happens when we force air to sink?
It like smashes.
It smashes and dries out, right? And we start to get the ice. Here's another way to look at it. So we got all that rising motion, those big thunderstorms building, and we get what type of circulation at the surface?
We get counterclockwise.
Counterclockwise, a low, right? And then what do we get above that?
Clockwise.
Clockwise, a high pressure, right?
Yeah.
And again, as you mentioned, that air piles up and starts to sink, and we get a clear eye. So a stronger storm, we get a clearer eye, right?
Yes.
So let's answer our question here.
High pressures form above the hurricane, which creates sinking air and clearing skies.
That's absolutely right. You did a great job. Pound it right here, Mr. Buccaneer, and say back to you.
Back to you.
If you have a child who would like to be our Storm Team Student of the Week, log on to WJHL.com and fill out an entry form.
Storm Team Students of the Week must be in grades kindergarten through 5th and attend a school within the Tri-Cities viewing area.